Good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite with your NQ pre-market prep on Thursday, 1/8. Let's go on and pull this chart up, see if we can jump into some higher time frame here. Hope everybody's been having a good morning and ready to jump into these levels here. Let's look at this. So yesterday we got up to one of our levels there, one of our precision entry zones right here. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Right here we got up to this precision entry zone in this blue line. We never could. It kind of stalled out up there. That 1 hour trend line was down here. I moved it up right before we started, and so you can see when we rejected out of that area, we come all the way down here. This line right here was over here like this. So we broke that 1 hour line, swept that pivot, and almost tagged this precision entry zone down here. And so now what I'm looking at is, where's that golden pivot? It looks like it is laying right inside. Yeah, it's laying right inside this previous all-time high. All these yellow lines are always previous all-time highs, and the fact that that golden pivot is laying right inside there at 853, I'm going to think that that's going to be a first reaction short, unless the market opens or we get a bunch of buying pressure. I don't know if there's any news coming out today, but I would assume that would be a first reaction. But you know, it just depends on what the chart's telling us whenever it gets there, really. So let's look at a couple things here. We did have a good drive there yesterday. They've been working good here, trying to drive this back up. You know, this is the box we need to worry about. It's the line in the sand as far as the shorts go. The short side, if we can flip this box, take all this out, we're definitely going up. Should maybe towards another all-time high, but we keep getting these rejections. You know, there's not much. They've just not been able to do it. This whole area here, you know, they got that drop and bounced. Rejection. Tried it again, rejected hard, put in the head and shoulders and hard rejection. And then we went way down. We had that good drive coming back this way, coming back up, and you see as soon as we got in this area, right where this box is, it's just, we're going to have to get past that if we're going to get anywhere. Otherwise, we need to be thinking continuation to the downside. So with that said, let's look at some stuff to the downside. You can see we got a lot of precision entry zones. They're the same if you've been watching the last couple days or better. Then I've already called out all these boxes. I have not moved them. They are the same, every one of these. So since we're under the golden pivot, although we're above this 1 hour trend line and the S1 pivot is there, the way this is tagged out a couple times and sucked up right here, it's got to make you think, you know, this, if they come back over here, this is probably going to bounce off this 1 hour trend line, and they're going to try to push this back up. And since it's Thursday and not Friday, if it was Friday, I would probably be thinking they're going to drain this off. But let's say that they do want to do it today. They want to take it to the downside. You know, we're going to be looking at these precision entry zones that we had here. Pay attention to these pivots. We're at 760 now. This S2 down here is at 583. I'd be paying attention to that. And to the downside for today, I would be thinking, for me, the line in the sand for my bounce would have to be this area down here where this yellow line is. It's a previous all-time highs at 545, and then we got that precision entry zone right under it, 535. So say from 535 to 545 would be my line in the sand, I think, here, because they're going to need to protect this low right here. If they don't protect this low, then it's gonna get ugly. And then you might as well think, if they can't protect that low, they're going to come down here and tag us 4-hour trend line, and that's about, which, I mean, it ain't that far away, 300-400 points. And then for our upside battle, we're just going to have to look at that golden pivot. Let's wait and see what they want to do when the market opens. If we get above that golden pivot there, let's say they get up here, they reject it, maybe, and then it just comes down. They take another leg up, pierce through it, consolidate above that golden pivot at 853. If they can do that, I would expect them to push to that trend line, which is over 100 points. So for me, I'm going to be watching, hey, are we gonna get above that golden pivot? Are we going to consolidate? And then are we going to find some buyers or some momentum to push us to this 1-hour trend line? Which, of course, by the time the market opens and we get over there, say around 8:30, yeah, I mean or 9:30 Eastern, the R1 pivot is going to be right on there. Plus, we still had that precision entry zone. So, what we got to think about is, if we do get to the golden pivot and take the bounce to this zone, I will be playing long here and I will be short here. I'm sure there'll be a lot of plays between down here and up there, depending on how the market moves. But I mean, R1 pivot, precision entry zone, 1-hour trend line, plus it would be a lower high if it tags this and doesn't sweep, it'll be a lower high for more continuation to the downside. So, that's just the way I'm going to be interpreting that, unless the market's telling me something different today once it opens. Once again, what if they drive it up here, that pivot's at 979, what if they get to like 960 or 965 and they stall out and they start trading sideways for a while, letting all the indicators drain off, whether you're using MACDs or momentum indicators, anything you might be using, it's going to let them bleed off, RSI, kill zone. And if it trades sideways and bleeds them off, it's going to give it the opportunity to pierce right through here, which that's really what we need to have happen if you want to be bullish and get on the bullish side, because this is what we need to break up here. Excuse me. If we can get through, I think if we can push through this with a strong candle, we'll definitely be getting up here to test the theory of are we going to reject up here again, or are we finally going to bust through? We really need to bust through if we want to go higher in the market. And that's what I'll be looking at there. That's all I'm going to have for pre-market prep this morning. Drop a like and a comment if you was here. If you have any questions, or let me know what's working for you. And I will see you guys in the Discord or in the trade recaps. Everybody stay sharp and stay green and stay patient. I'll see you guys in the next one.